Hi everybody, it's Miss Knutson and I'm back with Tessa. And we're going to do a quick video today to supplement for the fun download that is available the month of January from MissKnutsonsArtClass.com. This month I sent out to those of you who've signed up for the mailing list a whole packet full of these awesome pharaohs. Egyptian portraits. So since I am a homeschooling parent, I love to be able to rope my history lessons and art lessons together, and Egypt is a very artistic culture. So Tessa and I are going to show you what is available in your download and what you can do with it. Egyptian culture, they decorated the inside of their pyramids with all sorts of drawings and writings. And if you guys know this already because you're really smart, Egyptian writing, their alphabet, we call them what?
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics. If you signed up for the mailing list, you got all these great Egyptian portraits. If you want to, you can just use them as coloring sheets. And as you're studying Egypt, as you're learning about that culture, you can color them. They're great. The other thing that Tessa is coloring right now that I will make available to those of you who have watched this video, you will be the ones who know. You will know to get this. I also will have a free download available in my Teachers Pay Teachers shop of a completely bald, ready to be dressed pharaoh. Okay? This is not super exciting, is it? No. He doesn't have a fancy hat yet. You can be the one to give him a fancy hat, okay? I've got a great idea. This project has been super successful with my classes, and it involves a couple different steps, which can be really good if you are a homeschooling family and need a well-rounded project, okay? Go to my shop and download this awesome bald guy. If you've signed up for my mailing list, you will have all these great pieces of clip art. Let's talk about what we can do next using the stuff Miss Knutson has made available to you. So if you would like to make a more involved project with the downloads, I suggest that you get large piece of drawing paper. My piece of paper is about 12 inches by 18 inches, a large piece of drawing paper, and something to color with. Tessa's going gangbusters with magic markers, but you can also use colored pencils. You're gonna need a regular pencil with an eraser. This is one me and Eden decorated earlier in the year. Make your own cool pencils. That's another video. Go check it out. I will tell you how you can make it look sort of old in a couple different ways. So what I suggest you do to advance your Egyptian art studies is to take the printout that is free in my shop and put it underneath a large piece of drawing paper and trace him. So you'll have a lot more room to decorate your pyramid wall behind him. Use a pencil and trace your bald-headed pharaoh onto your drawing page. Okay, let's do that first. After you have traced your bald-headed pharaoh, you can pick an inspiration from one of these pieces of clip art. If you have a very young student, or if you're wanting to make it a relatively simple assignment, You guys can trace one of the pieces of clip art too, but I would like to encourage every creative student out there to come up with their own headpiece design using the inspiration of the clip art. They got animals on them, like snakes, maybe a cat.
Yes.
Look at this one. This one's crazy. I know, cobras.
They had a cat goddess.
Yeah, they did. So when you study Egypt, take a look at what they love to put in their artwork. Look at the clip art and see what sort of animals, designs, shapes they use. Design your own crown or headpiece. When you're done with designing your own crown or headpiece, then we can think about using dark outlines and adding color. Okay. While Tessa continues to work, I'm going to show you guys a quick little example of what I did. Now I drew this with a Sharpie, so you can go over your lines with a Sharpie and it will be nice and bold. I used some creativity and made his crown a little bit different than the ones in the clip art, but I did put a snake. I like the snakes, they're fun. Fill up the rest of this paper, because Pharaoh looks a little lonely, doesn't he? You can put more than one person on your Egyptian portrait if you wish. Think of what might decorate a pyramid wall. What might the ancient Egyptians wanted to put on the wall of their pyramid? And write some awesome hieroglyphic phrases on the background. Okay, so Tessa and I will keep working and we'll show you what we have come up with as our finished products. Let's make some great Egyptian portraiture. I'm going to also think about what I'm going to put on the background for my hieroglyphics. You can write all sorts of words, but you know, sometimes I just like to write the hieroglyphics that I like the best. Some of them are really fun. I'll put some websites across the screen here that'll give you some great hieroglyphics to look at and maybe a little bit more information. But if you're already studying Egypt, you might already have some great hieroglyphics that you can practice on the background here. After I put my hieroglyphics down, I will then show you guys how you can make your Egyptian portrait look ancient using your regular art supplies, okay? So let's get to work. Let's find some hieroglyphics. I found a great hieroglyphics site and I'll put it up here on the screen so you guys can see it. But I put some hieroglyphics on my background. Ha ha ha. I outlined them with Sharpie and I'm gonna color them in. Tessa is putting so much detail in hers. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Tessa, look at the awesomeness. Oh my goodness. Tell us who is your important Egyptian person?
The rainbow goddess.
The rainbow goddess. I think you succeeded, definitely, in making a portrait of the rainbow Egyptian goddess. Very fun. And this is from your imagination? Awesome. That is what you should do. This culture is so amazing and there's so much to learn about them. So you can take this very literally and study it as a history lesson, or you can take it in a creative, artistic way and use the culture to influence your own imagination.
It says Tessa is awesome.
Oh, she just told you guys her hieroglyphics and what it says. Very cool. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to make your Egyptian portrait look ancient, okay? What I'm going to do now, and you have to be okay with your artwork getting a little messed up, but it's going to look ancient and therefore be cool. So I'm going to take my Egyptian portrait and I'm going to crumple it up. Scrunch it into a tight little ball. Now try not to tear it, but squish it. There's my art. I just squished it. I'm gonna open it up carefully. Some of my colors smudged, but not many. It's fine. It already looks older, doesn't it? There you go, good job. You could crumple yours even more if you want to. With my crumpled up artwork, I am going to take a chalk pastel, a brown one. So you're going to take a chalk pastel and you are going to very lightly go across your page so it just sort of marks up the wrinkled places. You're going to use the side right here. You're going to hold it like this and go back and forth. Okay, I'll show you guys. Very lightly. Just like that. See how it makes the crinkles look accented? You don't need to cover all of it. You just graze across the top. Now I'm going to stop for a minute and I'm going to smudge with my fingers. I'm going to smudge it. There you go. See how it makes it look older? Tessa's using a lighter brown or a yellower chalk, and that looks really good too. That looks definitely older. There, yeah, smudge it with your fingers. If you got an artist in your house who likes to get messy, or if you got an artist in your house that likes to do physical movement while they're creating, oh, Tessa, that looks great. That totally looks like an older piece of paper. I'm gonna take my chalk and go over the edges a little bit more to make them darker, just like if you had burned it. See, there you go. See how my edge looks a little darker. Use your fingers, get smudgy. Chalk is meant to be smudged. This is how you can use the Egyptian clip art that I sent you today in the mailing list. And make sure you stick around after this video for the links to the places you can find my downloads and some art history recommendations if you guys haven't found everything under the sun already. Tessa is still very busy, and we have shown you these amazing ways to make your own Egyptian artwork. So guys, stay tuned for all sorts of fun stuff that we'll do this spring semester. We will see you another time with another project, Tessa and I, making all sorts of wonderful things and learning about other cultures. Right, Tess? Keep making wonderful art.
Bye.
Bye. This is one of my favorite Egyptian portraits. It's called Nebamin Hunting Birds. Make sure to check it out during your studies of ancient Egypt.